Welcome to L5 Star FC. It is the Wolves build-up show. We've got Charlie, we've got Wakar, and we've got Salah to build up this one. Now, we've just on the back of a Champions League win. We were in this predicament last time where we didn't take the win in our next game. But are we seeing a win, lads? Are we seeing a win? What are we seeing? Are we seeing it overall? Are we seeing a positive result on the back of a good Champions League home performance, Wakar?
I'm not that confident, but I think there is a chance that we could get a win because Raul Jimenez is injured and Adama Traore isn't really, in my opinion, he's overrated. Like, they say he's some world-class player, but where's the goals and assists? If you're world-class, there has to be some assists. You could be the fastest man on the pitch, but that doesn't make you the best player in the world, does it? I'm not saying that some fans do call him that, but I'm saying that they don't really have a threat that, apart from Pedro Neto, do they really have someone that could cause us problems?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. But yeah, are we seeing a win, Charlie? Are we seeing a draw or possibly a loss going into the international break?
Well, we can't seem to score, and okay, they don't have quality, or they don't seem to have quality up front apart from Neto. But Brighton, who've they got up front? Burnley, they've got like Chris Wood as their main striker, and you've got all other crap teams that have scored against us. And think on the Traore one, I think he was massively overrated last season, but this season he's getting bashed because he's got no goals or assists. But he's very good at dribbling. I think he'll cause it if he's on the right. Robertson a lot of problems because of how fast he is.
Yeah, well, I think last time, funnily enough, when we had fans in the stadium, when we had 2,000 fans back in December, I think we outplayed or outworked Traore so much that he switched sides because I think Nico Williams was playing and he couldn't even deal with. Well, he went on to Nico Williams. He couldn't even deal with Nico Williams. So obviously, he hasn't lived up to the heights, but we all know what Adama Traore can do. He can break the line. He's strong. He's quick. But yeah, I get what you're all saying. He is slightly overrated, and I'll be the first one to admit that. But they've still got threats. They've got the like of Neto. They've got Moutinho and Neves, who are solid in the midfield. They have Cody, former Scouser. Not former Scouser, former Liverpool player who's a Scouser. But yeah, he's captain, leader, Rui Patricio, good goalkeeper. So they have players who can make the game difficult for us. But who are you scared for going into this game, or who are you wary of? Wolves threats players. Wakar.
Trent. We talked about Angelino, but if they decide to play, if Neto does play on the left, he's got pace, he's very skillful. And the same with Adama Traore, they might swap him in just to play Trent because, he's got the upper body strength. Trent isn't the best at defending and he's really good at dribbling. Traore, he hasn't got the numbers this season, but, if you want someone breaking the lines and just going forward, that's your man.
Yeah, what about you, Salah? Who's your biggest hit man that you're going to be scared of going into this Wolves game? Or Charlie, we'll go to you first.
Well, we've talked about Neto, we've talked about, forget the other one, Adama, but I think Podence is like a poor man's Eden Hazard. He's got such a low sense of gravity. He's really good at dribbling. He doesn't get too many goals and assists, but he can create something out of nowhere. And it's quite rare that you get a player who's not like in a lower team that can just spark something out of nowhere. So yeah, I think he's one to watch as well.
Yeah, well, obviously we had a clean sheet last time out against them. It'd be really good to get a clean sheet. And how chuffed are we to know that this game is not being played at Anfield? Our away form has been surprisingly good of recent, which is probably our only saving grace going into this game on the back of a Champions League victory. Do you think that it's a must and it's really crucial to end this part of the season on a high going into the international break, Salah?
Yeah, I think it's the last 11, 12 games, if I'm not right. I think we have to try, maybe top four is over, but at least let's try pick up some points now. And wherever we get the season we get. And in regards to the most dangerous player I'm worried about for Wolves is just one guy, Pedro Neto, because like the guy has a lot of skill and he's very good. And in regards to Traore and that Trent comparison, let's put it like this: if Nico Williams can deal with Traore, then I think Trent is more than capable enough to. So the only guy I'm worried about is Pedro Neto. And yeah, as you said, the game's not being played. The game is being played at not. Is it being played at Anfield or not?
Nah, we beat them.
Yes, let's go. That's good then. Then we'll win. Hopefully.
Will you not be giving a score prediction for this one, Salah?
No.
That's fair enough. But what about you, Wakar? How important and how vital is it to get this win over the line, not only for our top 4 ambitions, but the confidence of the team as well, going into the international break? Well, I should say international break because it's not a break for the players. It's literally a break from club football. But what about going back to the first question? How important is this for Liverpool?
It's really important to get the win because right now they're full of confidence, and if they lose to Wolves, then they'll start thinking we might not get top 4. I mean, like I said in the last video, that we will have Champions League football to try and win the competition to get Champions League football. But say if we get a Man City or a PSG or a Bayern Munich, we could lose, and then top 4. I mean, if we rely on Champions League, we need to win the game to try and have top 4 just in case we don't make it to Champions League, because then we'll have no competition in Europe, and we don't want that because then we won't get the big signings that we want.
I think
100%. I don't think the top 4's done. We'll come to you now, Salah. I don't think the top 4's done, but I think you top 6 is probably a realistic chance. But we'll go to you, Salah. What were you going to say?
I think, in my opinion, I'm not going to rule out a real possibility of top 4, but as the games go by on, I'm slowly accepting the fact that we may not get top 4. It's because you look at Aston Villa and you look at, I'm not sure, there's another team below us that I think they have 2 games in hand. So if they win it, then they go above us, and then that puts us in ninth. So I think this season, Villa have. I think Villa are 2 points behind with 2 games in hand. So that's why I think top 4 is basically, it's not 100% over, but let's be realistic, it's over. So that's, as I said before, it's just going to be nice to just pick up some points, and whatever happens. Let's go into next season, and hopefully we're not going to have an excuse for not winning the league. It's because we'll have longer days of rest. So I think it's a must-win game. But if we win this and we aspire to go top 4, we have to look at the other teams like Chelsea, Leicester, and hope they drop points. Otherwise, I think top 4 is going to be very challenging.
Yeah, I think they could possibly be a bit of rotation going into this game, especially as just every day that goes by, I just feel like the Champions League's the main target for Liverpool, and now that's going to be a really hard task. If say we rotate loads and then we get a Bayern Munich or a PSG who are in fine form at the minute. Do you think that, Charlie? Do you think that we need to rotate in the Premier League in order to put all eggs in one basket, or do you think we need to try and juggle the both? And because not being in a top 4 race as such could possibly take a little bit of pressure off Liverpool, get some momentum back in there, and who knows, in a few 4 or 5 game weeks we could be real up close again if we get them wins. But we're facing a good informed Villa side. Arsenal, they should put us up for a real fight. Leeds know how to score goals. Probably Oakburn, meaning that they are susceptible to being picked off. They are games that we can win, but we're not showing it at the moment in the league that we can win. Charlie, I was just going to come to you. Do you think that it's more about picking up points rather than thinking about top 4?
Yeah, but I think we're kind of out of top 4, but I hope we can get 5th or 6th to get Europa League, because Europa League would be great for, you see Arsenal, Smith Rowe's come through, Saka's come through in Europa League, the group stages, that gives you 6 matches, and then you've got the cup competitions, the 2 cup competitions as well, where you can get these youngsters like a Harvey Elliott, like, okay, Curtis Jones, maybe not a youngster anymore, but maybe youngsters we haven't heard of before, and just get some European experience. I think 7th getting Conference League's a bit, I don't fancy that. I'd rather just not be in Europe at all. But yeah, I think we need a win for confidence, but I'm not sure if we'll get it. I'd take a draw, to be honest.
I think in regards to the Europa League, I think if you give it to me overall, I think I'll take Champions League or nothing. I don't think I'd even take Europa League, to be honest, just because I think Europa League, I think, is way more games than Champions League as well. Like, you see,
next season,
yeah.
Next season, if you finish top, you go automatically to the round 16 and the third in the Champions League plays in the second because of the Conference League. So it's the same games if you finish top.
Then I'm not a big fan of the Europa League, but if we get them, yeah, it was. But in regards to the Conference League, then I'd be shaky. Like, what the hell is this Conference League? Like, I've never heard of this shit.
Yeah, because I think Tottenham had a similar situation where they were in the Conference League. They had to play a few games before actually qualifying, and so they played on the Sunday in the league, Tuesday at the Carabao Cup, and then on the Thursday they were in the Europa League.
That was the Europa, yeah.
Yeah. So Carabao on the Tuesday, and then
I already love Europa League football. I'll just take Champions League or nothing, because it's like we're struggling this season with fatigue and that. And imagine if we have to play Sunday and then Tuesday and then Thursday and then again,
But you can play the reserves because the Europa League's like not a top quality competition.
Yeah, I know, but say if we get like a AC Milan or one of them.
That's late. That's like around 16 quarters. Like the group stage is like Charlie said, what do you verse? You verse like Ludogorets, Dundee United.
Antwerp.
Yeah, Antwerp. So like Antwerp's a decent team. Like I'm talking about like Dundee, Kirk, and all those like Irish, Scottish, and all those teams. I think what Charlie says is right. You can give opportunities to youngsters, but I think let's see what happens at the end of the season.
Yeah, let's hope. But we're going to start an 11 prediction. Now I'll start with my prediction. I think Alisson will start in goal. I think Trent and Robbo will keep their place in the fullback. Now I think it'll be a similar starting 11 to the one that we seen yesterday. I think Nat Phillips and Ozan Kabak will come into this one, albeit no injuries that we hear of over the next few days. Midfield, I'm going to go for Fabinho in 6. I go for James Milner and Naby Keita or Curtis Jones. Milner, Curtis Jones, and Fabinho. And then the front 3, I'm going to go for Mane, Jota, and Shaqiri. I think Salah may be benched this one. I think he's played a lot of football, and I don't know. I just have this feeling in my head. But what are you going, Charlie?
Alisson, Robertson, Phillips, obviously solid. Kabak, Trent, right, nice and basic. Then you've got Fabinho. You've got to play Fabinho in midfield after that performance midweek. Wijnaldum, as much as you say, Mr. Sideways, but I think he's class. He's a really good carry the ball, and he's been pivotal to our Champions League and Premier League success. And I think he'll put Jones in for that attack and spark, and I think he'll be back to the normal front 3 because I just don't think Jota is just fully match fit. I think he should come on with like 20, 30 minutes to go to get his fitness back.
It depends.
I just can't see him getting it.
It depends, though, because what it is being reported as is that Firmino has a knee issue, and I think when you have a knee injury or like an issue, I think I'd rather take it slowly than like take it quickly. So I think, I don't know. We have to see in the press conference later on if he starts.
It was like that Thiago one against Everton where
it was a swelling and then it grew up and became.
Yeah, and everyone was saying like, look, it's not as bad as we think. He should only be out for a few weeks. And it turned out to a few months. So it's one of those where a knee is a difficult place for an injury to occur on. Now, I'm no doctor, I'm no specialist. I don't know how long specifically, but there was a minor knock on the knee. I remember it was a similar thing with Jota. It was like this speculation, it wasn't as worst as first feared. But yeah, he still missed a lot of football. So, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think he'll make this one. I think he'll probably Klopp will think, right, see him after the international break, and then we'll get him back in. Because, like I said, knee's a really difficult place to get an injury on. But what about you, Wakar? What's your starting 11 prediction?
Alisson, Robbo, Trent, Kabak, Phillips, Fabinho, Thiago, and Wijnaldum. I don't think he'll play Kaiti. I think he's trying to play Kaiti as a sub role so he doesn't get injured that often. And Jota, Mane, and Salah.
What about you, Salah?
I'll go big man Ali in goal. As much as I want to start Kostas Tsimikas, it's because the amount of games Robertson has played, it's only right that he played Kostas Tsimikas. He was decent when he came on against Leipzig as well. So, but the thing is, you're gonna have Traore and Neto on both wings. So I'm gonna stick to Robertson, Phillips, Ozan Kabak, Trent. Then I'm gonna go Fabinho in the 6, Keita, and then for me, I'm spoiled. I don't know if I should say Curtis Jones or go Wijnaldum. I'm gonna go Wijnaldum and then Jota, Salah, Mane.
That's fair enough. Your score prediction, lads, I'm going for, I think with the away form and because it's not being played in Anfield, I think Liverpool will get the job done 2-1. 2-1, I'm going. Charlie, what are you saying?
Unfortunately, 0-0. It'll be a board draw. We won't score. Wolves won't score. No.
What be you, Wakar?
1-0 to Liverpool.
Salah?
I prefer not to speak.
Yeah. All right, no worries. But yeah, leave your score predictions down in the comments below. Any change? What's your starting 11 prediction? Who comes in? Any changes to the midfield? Do you keep Fabinho in that 6? Let's hope that he's kept in that 6th position. But please drop a like on this video, hit the subscribe button, turn the post notifications on. You know the rest. But yeah, I will see you all soon for a light Wolves reaction video. And let's hope we can get 2 wins out of 2 and we can finish this part of the season off with a high going into the international break. We'll see you on Tuesday for a reaction video. See you all soon. You'll never walk alone.